Hey guys, it's me. Uh, I figured I'd finally put up a video because I got my webcam to start working. I don't need these anymore. So, I am going to bring you a whole update on all of my current Airsoft stuff because a few things have changed. A lot of stuff has stayed the same, like a, a decent portion of it, but there's a few big things that have changed. So I figured I would just give you guys a full look at what I used to play. For the most part, I'm leaving a few things out, like my BDUs, my actual face protection, because I don't feel like putting them on. So starting off with my gear, here's my plate carrier. I've got the 3 tacos in the front, and then my pistol mags on the side. Pistol mag pouch. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Just got some flags and stuff. Keep the back open because when I go and play outdoors, I use my backpack, which is sitting there, which has all my school stuff in it, so I don't feel like picking it up because it's heavy as hell. So yeah, I just throw the backpack on the back of this, and I just wear it. It's pretty comfortable. It's not really that bad. And then if I need to access stuff, I can just take the backpack off. So it's better. In my opinion, it's kind of better than using like a map pack or something because you can't really access that yourself. You kind of have to have someone else access it, and if you're on your own, you're kind of screwed. Take your whole plate carrier off to get stuff that's in the back? No. Like, especially when I'll talk about that in a minute for the gun my new gun. My belts. I've got, this is the same belt I've been using since I started playing. Got my little 226 Serpa, two tacos with a carabiner, that's what they're called, to put my gloves on when we're like in the staging area getting ready to play. Got obviously my dump pouch, and then like just a regular admin pouch that I'm probably just going to switch over to my plate carrier because when I have stuff in the back, it kind of jiggles around and gets annoying, especially because the fact there's already stuff in it. And I've gotten the Y harness as well. So yeah, that's pretty much my gear. That's pretty simple. Let's see if I got anything else. Same Rothko gloves I've been using since I started playing. There we go. Anything else in here to note? Oh, I'm using different goggles now. I have Safe Face goggles. So, yeah. And what else is here? Pretty much. I actually have my tan boonie hat that I wear out for once as well. I think that's it in here. Yeah, everything else in here is just tools and BDUs and shit. Oh, wait. And the same skull face mask that I've been wearing since I started playing. So yeah, moving on to guns. You guys may kind of recognize this, maybe not. This is my KWA 226, believe it or not. I gave the gun to a friend for like a week or two, and well, I could have given it to him and picked it up the next day, but I couldn't. So he took it and he polished the slide for me. Not to a mirror. I did not want a mirror because this is an aluminum slide. It's not steel because it's a KWA. Lower is steel. No, lower is aluminum as well as upper, as far as I know. I don't know about the lower, but I know the uppers, like the slides on KWA's pistols are aluminum. They're not steel. So if you shine the aluminum to a polish, it'll get really cloudy and really dirty really easily. Where the silver doesn't really do that. I've had it. It was sitting around his house for like a week or so, and I've had it out at my house for almost a week now as well, and it still looks like the day he fucking shined it. It looks really nice. I mean, there's this little spot that he couldn't quite reach, so I'll probably see if I can go in with my Dremel because I have a few different bits and just remove that paint, and then the same little spot on the other side. But honestly, you don't really notice it too much. It's not really crazy noticeable, so I don't really care. I do have 2 mags, but he forgot to bring the other mag over when he dropped it off. So I'm getting the other one on Saturday because Saturday is when I'm going to play Airsoft next. So yeah, that's my new sidearm. Well, updated sidearm. Yeah, let's move on. I'll just give a hint as to what my new gun is. Alright, my LM4 is pretty much the same as it was before. I don't know if I have my flashlight on at that point, but I do run a flashlight. My pressure pad is mounted up here. I plan on getting an AFG to run here just because I feel like that'll be a little bit more comfortable. But I do like running it like this right now. It's completely fine with me doing the thumb over board grip with just the rail. It's very comfortable. Still only got 4 mags for it. I'm still waiting for the 5th mag. I don't know. At this point, that's not coming in. Got this muzzle brake on here. I don't know what it is. My friend told me what it was because he gave it to me, and I honestly don't remember what it was because he's like, okay, it doesn't look good on any of my guns, and I want your birdcage, so we'll trade. So he took my stock Kittiway birdcage that was black, and I got this, and it makes the gun look so much better. Yeah, and then the real steel Magpul stuff in the back because it's a gas pullback, so it accepts real steel grips and stocks. So yeah, I don't have any ammo on this. Good. Other than that, I mean, yeah, I mean, the only thing is, let me see if I can show this off. The nozzle return spring has broken, as you can see by my nozzle just kind of sitting there instead of going back. Let's get it scrolled back. There we go. Ow! That almost just closed on my hand. Why did I do that? That was not a smart idea. I pushed back too far and it engaged the bolt catch. Ow, that hurt. Yeah. Oh, as you can kind of see, the inside chamber is kind of polished up. It's because it was scratched. So I'm like, you know what, I'll kind of try and see if I can get most of the paint off in there. Ah, that kind of hurt. That actually did pinch the tip of my finger. Just stay open. Well, that's not good. Whatever. My bolt catch is fine. It still works. I love the sound of that. They'll never get old. They never will. Alright. So yeah, that's it. This is my new primary. It is an A&K M249 SAW Mark II. Let me close this down though. With the box mag, and using the standard length for the bipod, the box mag rests on the floor, and from what I've heard, that's not very good to do. So I try and not do that, but I figure I'll close the bipod. It does still fold up in here, like any saw. Well, any saw that has this front end. Yeah, so I have a Mark II. This is my new outdoor weapon. Yeah, it's pretty much completely stock because I traded my MP7 for it. I don't have the MP7 anymore. That 4 mags and the CQB bolt was traded for this. Yeah, so it's completely stock. I need to get batteries for it. Me coming from being a gas blowback dude, I don't own batteries, so I'm borrowing a friend's nunchuck for now. But I do need to get my own battery. I do have the box mag here. 2500 round box mag. I'm going to I'm going to wire it to the main battery, so that way I don't have to worry about the stupid sound activation that doesn't work, because apparently the other guy that had this made it so it doesn't work. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care because I'm rewiring it anyway. And then so I don't have to sit there and turn the stupid switch on when I want it to wind and then turn it off when I don't want it to wind, all that stupid bullshit. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm getting a new motor thrown in here by my friend, the same one that shined up my 226, because he's got an extra Echo 1 high torque, and he's like, hey, dude, just use this. I'm like, thank you. And then I'm going to replace the hop-up unit. I'm not sure if I'm going to mod the current hop-up, or if I'm going to replace it. Here's a question for you guys. Anyone who has experience with the A&K SAW, like any of the M249s, because the M60 has a different hop-up design than the M249. Can you just drop in the Classic Army hop-up unit? Because Airsoft GI sells the Classic Army hop-up unit just as its own little system. So I wasn't sure if I could just take that and just drop it in here with a different bucking, because I'm not leaving the stock bucking, and I'd much rather get a better bucking for better accuracy and range and all that stuff. because the actual barrel length is very, it doesn't really affect range that as much as you would think. Um, like I could get, if that was a TM pistol, that would be outranging this assault right now. With a barrel that is like, yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it on the internals. I might throw an 03 type bore in it, like a 6.03. I don't know. I may not. It really just depends on what happens. As for externals, keeping the Mark II stock, I like it. It's comfortable. It's a good length for me. It's got really nice battery space. The Para stock, from what I hear, is wobbly, and I don't want a wobbly stock. I'd rather have something that's rock fucking solid like this is, and I feel like I can really trust. Excuse me. And I'm going to be replacing the top cover thing. Still don't know what this is actually called. I'm just going to keep on petting it because it's weird. Replacing it with the railed one, and then getting some sort of sight for it. I might get a an Aimpoint comp M4, I think it is, the M2 or the M4, whatever it is. Just a standard Aimpoint with the angled mount, because that's the one they have on the Mark 48 in Arma 2, and I just said I was probably going to replicate the Mark 48 somewhat, even though I'm veering off the track a lot of it. That's not as satisfying as my LM4, I can tell you that. The charging handle is just kind of useless there. It's spring loaded, it just kind of sits. It's whatever. And then I'm going to be replacing this front handguard thing. I'm going to keep the heat shield on top just to save money and weight, but the bottom is going to be replaced with a rail, and I'm going to take off the bipod and mount a rail-mounted bipod on here. And then I'm going, since this is an entire separate piece, if I can get it to unscrew. There we go. This is an entire, it's a two-piece barrel. So this is an entire separate piece that I'm going to get. If I can get the stupid thing to unscrew. I'm going to get like a little like inch or so barrel extension, just so I can get the threads out like here, and then cover the rest with a suppressor, a mock suppressor. Just to make it look cool. That's purely aesthetics. That's not going to do anything for the gun. So that's like the last thing I'm going to do to this thing. Let's get that barrel back on. And yeah, that's really it as my plans for this. I'm going to have my friend look at the gearbox and just try and make sure it's going to be running well. I don't really plan on putting a crazy amount of money into the internals of this, because from what I hear, the gearbox in these, for the most part, is pretty bulletproof. Spare a few things, which I'll probably wind up just replacing. But from what I know, these are one of the most upgradable gearboxes, besides like version 2s and version 3s, but they're really, they take upgrades well, from what I hear. Obviously this is my first one, I don't know if that's true or not. And they are very reliable from what I know. I've heard a lot of people say that these gearboxes are very reliable, as long as you don't do too much to them, which is a slight issue, but whatever. So yeah, this is my new gun, and it's fun. Can't wait to, oh, I'm going to Bad Blood. That's another reason why I got this, is because I needed a gun for Bad Blood, and I wasn't going to run the LM4, because that's not really suited to be an outdoor gun, at least not right now. I could probably make it an outdoor gun, but I mean, for a 5-hour op, I'd prefer not to run a gas gun. Even though, I mean, in retrospect, and an LMG is probably not that good either, because this thing is going to be heavy, but for me, it's not overly, like, insanely heavy. Like at all, really. It's usable. I mean, it's heavy, obviously, because it's a light machine gun, but it's not like overbearingly heavy to the point where, like, after like 5 minutes of walking around with this thing, I'm not gonna be able to lift it up. That'll be easy. Besides the fact that I also have a little carrying handle that I don't plan on removing, so that way, when we're hiking it over to like certain areas or something, I can just carry it by the carrying handle and just kind of have it hanging down by my side. And then if we need to, pick it up, and then immediately get on the gun. Obviously, I would in an airsoft battle, I would not do that. Actually, shoulder it, because for me, shouldering it's not insanely difficult. Pew pew pew. I mean, obviously it's hard, but it's not even that hard. I don't know. I just need to build on my endurance. So I have plenty of strength to be able to lift this thing. It's pretty easy. Which obviously for people that aren't the same build as me, because I'm 6'3", like 230 pounds. I'm a very built person, so to speak. Not like obviously like crazy bodybuilder, but I tend to be strong just because of the fact that I'm a very large person. Obviously for someone who's smaller, this is probably not the gun for you because it's going to be heavy as hell. It's like giving a person with really small hands a Desert Eagle, like here, how you gonna reach trigger, but whatever, figure it out. Because I mean, if you know from what a Desert Eagle is, the grips on those things are freaking gigantic, which is fun because I have giant hands. So Desert Eagles are fun for me. I don't want to get one, but I don't feel like putting all that money into the steel upgrade, steel upgraded body and all that BS. Whatever, that's a long story. I should probably go to bed. No, I'm not going to bed. Go upstairs and do my homework, so then I can go to bed. Whatever. So yeah, this is my new gun. I've already explained what I'm going to do to it. My LM4 is going to stay this way for the most part. I'm going to need a few more mags for it. I might change out the optic. I might trade the aim point for like a replica holographic. I don't know, maybe not. It depends. I don't know. I do like the aim point. I do like that, but it's the field of view that I can see through the actual sight is a little too small for my liking. So that's why I was thinking of getting holographic. Well, not a holographic, it's just an EOTech. Because obviously I'm not getting a real holographic sight. That's expensive as hell, and I'm not doing that. I'm spending 600. I could put that $600 into a brand new gun. Like I'd rather do that than one sight. It's just stupid in my mind. So yeah, this video is getting long, and yeah, so I'm going to go for now. If I ever decide to start editing footage again, then there will be video gameplay up at some point, but I've been really lazy about editing, and I don't really feel like editing at all. So yeah, that's pretty much where that's gone. Other than that, though, I will bring updates now that my camera's back and working on all of my Airsoft stuff. If I get any other guns, because there's a swap meet coming up. I think it's in 2 weeks, which is not good, because... No, it's in 3 weeks, because I don't have any money for the swap meet at all. I'm going to have to try and save up some cash for it. Maybe sell a few things. Oh, that Kitty Boy box that you see on my shoulder for that entire time, that is an MP9. It is not mine. There's also a second LM4 sitting on the couch. It is again not mine. My friend bought these two, and he's going to be reselling them. It's just when he went home. I'm staying at my house that night. He did not have a means of carrying these home, and I was not going to make him carry these home out in the open because that's not good. So that explains that side. I keep on pointing to the wrong side. So yeah, until the next video, I shall see you guys later. I'll give you one last look at the 226 because it's all shiny and I like it. I like how it came out. And I'm going to enjoy using this to slay some noobs on Saturday. If you want to play Airsoft with me, come out to Strike Force, because I'll be there on Saturday. And yeah, until next video, I shall see you guys later, and peace. Oh, I might be changing the name of my channel. I don't know. I might. Adios.